Mike Wang has done it. The first gameplay patch for NBA 2K26 finally dropped. And in this video, we're going to go over the patch notes and kind of see what the community's thinking about this patch. Did it work or did it make things worse? Make sure you guys like the video, share with your friends, and of course, make sure you subscribe if you're new, because all year long, I'm gonna be giving you all the real about NBA 2K26. But I'm not gonna make you wait any longer. Let's go ahead and get into it. So like I said, Mike Wang dropped the first official gameplay patch for NBA 2K26, and it's right here. The moral of today's video is be careful what you wish for. Now, yes, me included, everybody's been talking about these 7-4s, complaining about how it's just so easy for them to shoot over everybody, and you can't get a good contest no matter what you do. Almost no matter what you do. So Mike Wang and the devs finally put out a patch, and as of today, it basically says they slightly reduced the impact of height mismatches on contest coverage. Shorter defenders can now generate slightly stronger contests against taller shooters. They also slightly increase the effectiveness of strong contests. Well-positioned and well-timed contests will further narrow the shooter's green window more than before. And they're pretty much saying, if you're shorter, you can still get a contest for taller players, and if you do have a good contest and you're the same size, it'll be more effective. But if any of you have been around 2K as long as I have, you know that that's not exactly what happened. Now, me for one, I have not been asking for a change of this just because I know that 2K is not good at fixing their games. Whenever we cry and ask for gameplay changes, it always ends up messing up the game. 2K doesn't know how to go in the middle. It's either one extreme or the other. And it really, I'm not gonna say it's not their fault, but I understand it. If you don't know how games work, typically these developers are working at least a year to bring these games out. So to try to change something that you've been working on for an entire year in the course of a month is kind of crazy. There's no way they had time to test every single aspect of this patch. And by the looks of it, it may have ruined the game. Earlier, Black Cobra tweeted out and said, as expected, ghost contests are now prevalent after the patch. And that was one of my biggest fears. Now I can almost guarantee you're gonna be running past people just getting 10, 15 contests for no absolute reason without even putting your hand up. You guys know 2K is not good at patching their games. And not only do we now have ghost contests, it looks like they didn't even really fix anything, because 2K Central tweeted out this video of Make a Miss shooting over 8 defenders after the patch. That's absolutely insane. He's shooting over his team and the other people and got a wide open coverage. Now, yes, it doesn't look like any of those players are 7-4, but at least someone should have gotten some form of contest. And Tough NYC also tweeted out a video after the patch, and again, it's looking like 7-4s are just as dangerous. Insane. And when they start messing with contests, it's not just gonna affect the 7-4s, it's gonna affect all builds. So even the smaller builds are gonna be affected by this, and there really wasn't an issue for that. Maybe when it comes to like fades, yes, but even still, like, I was managing to get decent contests whenever I would be in good position and actually jump. And having the jump, that's a whole different conversation. But I mean, it's the way the game is. Now, what's crazy is almost everybody in the community is saying that nothing happened with this patch, but Laker fan tweeted the exact opposite, which threw me for the loop. Laker fan said, hands up contests from 6'9s to 6'10s, 6'11s is all I've seen, and let me tell you, these 7-4s are pedestrian now, actually registering 20 to 30% on hands up, 70% on jumps. All the while, they're getting cooked for all 21 points still on the other side. And that's what we want. That's what we want to be able to see, because at the end of the day, these 7-4s should not be able to move like they're moving or shoot like they're shooting. But I'm gonna be honest, Laker fan is the only person I've seen that has said this patch actually did something. Me personally, I got on, played about 4 games today, and I didn't go against the 7-4. So maybe it did and people were putting them away. I have no idea, but I wasn't able to really test it like I wanted to. Now, Joey2K brought up a pretty good point too. He tweeted out earlier and said, to be fair, it might have been a bit of a wild idea to give 7-4s an 89 3-point in the first place. Like, whoever in NBA history shot like that at that height? I know the easy answer is Porzingis, but he was never listed at 7-4. And that's a good point, but I'm not sure if I like them further capping attributes, because they want all builds to be viable. And if you make it so the 7-4s can't shoot, that really hurts them, and no one's gonna want to be the 7-4. So I feel like it's not really an argument that the 3-point should be lower. It's the fact that this game is just easy to shoot, period. Even if you're shooting with the button versus the rhythm shooting, it's easy to shoot no matter what. And I feel like everybody right now has an opinion on the rhythm shooting. Now, yes, I do think it's easier to get the rhythm of your shot versus timing it every single time, clearly. But I'm not trying to tell them to take it out the game. Z River tweeted out earlier, since you only have to get tempo green for the tempo shooting, why didn't y'all just get rid of the timing feedback? That's the only reason why everyone is complaining. And I agree with this 100%. If they just took the whole timing feedback out of it, no one would even know that you weren't timing it correctly. If it's tempo shooting or rhythm shooting, why not just show the tempo? I get for last year because you had to green both, but this year you're only greening one. So on tempo shooting, just have it show tempo. On button timing, just have it show timing. That makes the most sense. A lot of these guys are getting up with arms because they don't even fully understand how tempo shooting works. You don't have to time it. Mike Wang said that from the beginning. You just have to get the tempo correctly. Which, yes, it's easier to visually see your tempo than to time something you can't really see. Another thing that people aren't bringing up that I feel like also makes tempo shooting easier is the fact that you can control the speed of your jump shot. So with the button, sometimes you get a faster jump shot, sometimes you get a slower. It depends on your catch, the closeout, all that kind of stuff. And with the tempo shooting, you can easily predict how fast or how slow you're going to shoot the ball because you controlled it, which was the whole point of the mechanic. So everyone's saying they should take it out the game. You're wasting your breath. We're at bare minimum going to have this full year of having tempo shooting in the game, and I really don't think there's any way they can make it more difficult. It's going to be easy no matter what. And again, like I said earlier, button shooting is also easy. You're just going to end up missing some because it went a little faster than you thought. Bobo on Twitter said, I got an idea. Since most of the issues come from tempo shooting, if it's a red contest, make it so they have to green timing and tempo, not just tempo. Red contests should be harder to green, but not impossible. If you make it higher, contests require perfect timing and tempo might work out. Splash then replied with this video.
So the tempo shit a tough conversation because the problem with tempo ain't just that it's too easy. I do think so people aren't getting as upset about niggas making like early green tempos. They should just remove the timing aspect from the visual feedback and just show like the tempo, because then niggas won't know what you shot. It's just gonna say you green the tempo, you move on. I think that's the easiest fix. The second fix is I do think tempo is easier to use, but Mike Wang also said shooting with the button is like shooting a free throw, and shooting with the stick is like shooting a three-pointer with a larger basket. So I mean, it's not like Mike Wang isn't trying to tell niggas that he's trying to move towards the stick. But honestly, I mean, the stick shit is kind of crazy, but I mean, it's just shooting in general. Shooting in general is just too easy. I gave the controller to my girlfriend to shoot 5 shots with the button, and I gave her 2 warm-up shots. She went 0 for 7. I gave her 1 warm-up shot after I told her how to use the stick. She went 5 for 5 on Hall of Fame. I mean, you know, it's obviously easier, but I also think shooting is just too easy, and that needs to be discussed before the button and tempo get discussed.
And I'm not gonna lie, I agree with most of what he's saying. 100% shooting in general is just easy in 2K26. I don't think they should make any adjustments, because when they start making adjustments, the whole game gets messed up. But most people are focusing on how people are shooting versus the fact that button shooting is also very easy. I'm seeing people hitting the same shots with timing that they're hitting with tempo. But again, yes, it's always going to be easier to time something that you have to feel and you can physically see versus just timing a timing that you just kind of have to know, but you also will get random speed ups and slowdowns every single time you shoot. And that's not even the real problem with NBA 2K26. So Small Guards tweeted out, this is the problem with rhythm shooting. This isn't a green. The green window is shown and shots are going in outside of that. It's simple. And again, this is because you don't have to time the rhythm shots. Mike Wang has explained that time and time again, and you guys still aren't understanding it. But Boomy replied to this, and I feel like this is the actual issue. Boomy tweeted and said, Dear 2K community, button timing and tempo shooting have 2 different green conditions. The sooner we come to terms with that, the sooner we can focus on fixing blitzes in the game. Sincerely, a scoring lock. And I agree with Boomy. I think the real issue right now is defense, and more so the steals. Mike Wang talked about how blitzes were going to be the meta and all this stuff, and I'm not going to lie, I go for a lot of blitz steals and I rarely get them. There's a lot of times where the ball's just going through my body and it's super annoying. But I feel like if we were able to actually get those in the game, it would stop these 7-4s. Because a lot of them are kind of dribbling, holding the ball, all that stuff. And if they didn't feel so safe that they could just do that, they wouldn't be making the shots they're making. If a 7-4 goes to dribble and I'm on a 6'8", 6'9", and I have a 90+ steal, I should be able to rip that every single time if they're dribbling in front of me. Let me see Porzingis dribbling in front of Drew Holiday. I would love to see how that goes. It's crazy because the community is clearly all over the place when it comes to NBA 2K26. But the real reality is the game is actually really fun. Now, hopefully Mike Wang can get their stuff together and actually fix this 7-4 thing. And again, really just upping the defense, which I do feel like is going to come in the big season 2 update. Yes, they are going to be dropping a huge season 2 update, and that's going to actually determine how this game is going to be played for the rest of the year. So make sure you guys are subscribed, because as soon as that comes out, I'm going to be covering that and going over everything and breaking it down for you. And also in the comments, let me know how you guys are feeling about NBA 2K26. Do you like it? Do you like the shooting? Do you want them to take out tempo? Leave all your thoughts down below, because Mike Wang do be reading the comment section. I've got proof. Anyways, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I'm out.